Welcome to War Bios, the podcast where we delve into the lives of history's most fascinating military figures. Born on January 10, 1769, in Sarrelouis, a small town in the French province of Lorraine, Ney's early life was marked by a strong sense of duty, discipline, and ambition. As we journey through the formative years of Michel Ney, we find ourselves in the picturesque town of Sarrelouis, nestled in the heart of Lorraine. The year is 1769, and the air is filled with the sound of horse-drawn carriages and the smell of freshly baked bread wafting from the local bakeries. It's here that Pierre Ney, Michel's father, a successful cooper and barrel maker, and his wife, Marguerite Griveau, welcomed their youngest son into the world. Growing up in a family of modest means, Michel Ney was instilled with the values of hard work and determination from an early age. His parents, though not wealthy, encouraged his love for learning and supported his education at the local parish school. It was here that Ney developed a strong foundation in reading, writing, and arithmetic, as well as a keen interest in history and geography. As a young boy, Ney spent countless hours exploring the rolling hills and forests surrounding Sarrelouis, developing a deep appreciation for the natural world and a sense of adventure that would stay with him throughout his life. His parents, recognizing their son's fascination with military affairs, encouraged him to pursue a career in the army. In 1785, at the age of 16, Ney enrolled in the Metz Military Academy, one of the most prestigious military schools in France. The Metz Military Academy was a hub of intellectual and military activity, attracting some of the brightest young minds in France. It was here that Ney honed his skills in mathematics, geography, and tactics, studying the campaigns of Frederick the Great and other notable military leaders. He excelled in his classes, particularly in fortifications, and spent hours designing and building model forts, testing their defenses and weaknesses. Under the guidance of experienced instructors, Ney developed a deep understanding of military strategy and leadership, qualities that would serve him well in his future career. His time at the academy was marked by hard work and dedication, as he threw himself into his studies, determined to succeed. In 1787, Ney graduated from the Metz Military Academy as a second lieutenant in the French army, marking the beginning of his remarkable military career. As the French Revolution gained momentum, Ney found himself at the forefront of the action. In 1792, he joined the Army of the North, where he quickly distinguished himself for his bravery and tactical prowess. The following year, he was promoted to captain and became aide-de-camp to General Alexandre de Beauharnais, a position that would prove instrumental in shaping his future career. In 1796, Ney married Madame Aglaé Augier, the beautiful and intelligent daughter of a prominent French family. This union not only brought him happiness, but also helped to secure his social standing within the French aristocracy. As he navigated the complexities of military politics, Ney's marriage proved to be a stabilizing influence, allowing him to focus on his career with renewed energy and dedication. As the Revolutionary Wars raged on, Ney continued to demonstrate his exceptional leadership skills, earning recognition from his superiors and the admiration of his peers. In 1799, he was promoted to Général de Brigade, a rank that would propel him into the highest echelons of French military command. His success on the battlefield was matched only by his unwavering commitment to the principles of the Revolution, which had come to define his sense of purpose and duty. One notable example of Ney's bravery and strategic thinking came during the Battle of Waterloo in 1799, where he led a daring cavalry charge against Austrian forces. With his characteristic fearlessness, Ney galloped into the fray, inspiring his troops to follow him into the heart of the enemy lines. The outcome was a decisive victory for the French, with Ney's heroism earning him widespread acclaim and cementing his reputation as one of the most talented young generals in the French army. As Napoleon Bonaparte began to consolidate power, Ney found himself drawn into the orbit of the future emperor, who would come to rely on him as a trusted and loyal subordinate. Ney's relationship with Napoleon was complex and multifaceted, driven by a deep sense of loyalty and duty. As he once said, "A marshal's duty is to obey, not to question." This sentiment captures the essence of Ney's character, a man who was unwavering in his commitment to his country, his army, and his commander-in-chief. With his bravery, strategic genius, and unwavering dedication to duty, Ney is poised to play a central role in shaping the course of European history. As Napoleon's power grew, Ney found himself at the forefront of the emperor's military campaigns. In 1804, he was promoted to Marshal of France, a rank that reflected his exceptional leadership skills and unwavering loyalty to Napoleon. Over the next decade, Ney played a central role in some of the most pivotal battles of the Napoleonic Wars, including the Battle of Austerlitz, where he led a decisive charge against Russian forces, and the Battle of Borodino, where he fought bravely despite being wounded. Despite his many successes on the battlefield, Ney's relationship with Napoleon began to fray in the later years of the emperor's rule. As Napoleon's fortunes began to decline, Ney found himself increasingly at odds with the emperor's strategic decisions. In 1814, as Allied forces closed in on Paris, Ney was instrumental in convincing Napoleon to abdicate, marking a significant turning point in his career. Following Napoleon's exile to Elba, Ney pledged his allegiance to the restored Bourbon monarchy, swearing an oath of loyalty to King Louis XVI. However, when Napoleon escaped from Elba and returned to power in 1850, Ney was faced with an impossible choice: remain loyal to the Bourbons or rejoin his former commander-in-chief. In a decision that would ultimately seal his fate, Ney chose to rejoin Napoleon, leading a corps of troops during the 100 Days campaign. Although he fought bravely at the Battle of Quatre Bras and Waterloo, the French were ultimately defeated, and Napoleon was forced into exile once again. Ney's decision to rejoin Napoleon had far-reaching consequences. After the Battle of Waterloo, he was arrested by the Bourbon authorities and put on trial for treason. Despite a passionate defense, Ney was found guilty and sentenced to death by firing squad. On December 7, 1815, he stood before a firing squad in the Luxembourg Gardens, refusing a blindfold and declaring, "Soldats, je vous demande de me visser à cuire." Despite the tumultuous events that ultimately led to his downfall, Ney remains one of the most celebrated and respected military leaders in French history. His bravery, strategic genius, and unshakable commitment to his principles have inspired generations of soldiers and historians alike. From his early days as a young officer in the French army to his rise as one of Napoleon's most trusted marshals, Ney's story is a testament to the power of courage, loyalty, and duty. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.